Salute. Greetings. Now, I'm Elder Blacklight. Get right to it. Talking about Medisonic. In other words, we're using vibrations for a defense mechanism or defense weapon. So, this is Brother Ali, Dr. Alim Muhammad. I find this brother, to be a credible doctor. He know what's going on, and he's not going to tell us no lie. See, because a whole lot of our people think that they believe Trump saying that the coronavirus ain't real, or you don't know how, what kind of damage it can really do. This brother's going to explain it to us. I presented him before. Now, what I can't understand is the enemy, he got all our knowledge. He won't let us get to it. There are some brothers with a little bit of knowledge, and, he won't let them get to us with that little bit of knowledge. Well, I'm going to let Dr. Alim Muhammad break down what the coronavirus really is, and then we're going to proceed from there.
Japan Journal, the Internet's #1 English language weekly online cybercast from Japan. Japan Journal with Mal Adams.
Okay, coronavirus. Everybody's talking about coronavirus. Well, viruses come in families. So there's a herpes family. There's a coronavirus family. There's an influenza family of viruses. And so coronaviruses are generally considered to be animal viruses. When you look a little deeper, you find coronaviruses inhabit parasites that are in the bodies of animals. So therefore, in livestock industries, they have a big coronavirus problem because you can get things like feedlot fever among cattle, sheep, but especially pigs and other domestic animals that are not necessarily so clean. So that's a big problem. Coronaviruses infect animals. Sometimes you may get a human infection with coronavirus. That's somewhat rare. Some of the common colds that people have had are due to coronaviruses. Generally speaking, they have not proven to be extremely fatal. However, what we're dealing with now, the novel coronavirus, COVID-20, this is not a natural coronavirus. This is a genetically engineered, weaponized version of coronavirus that has been married to 4 genes from HIV and probably other genes from perhaps other viral pathogens. The short history is Dr. Lieber of Harvard University, the chief biomolecular scientist at Harvard University, dug up some frozen bodies from the tundra in Alaska. This was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, to investigate what killed them during the Spanish flu epidemic. He isolated that virus from 100 years ago and resurrected it, you could say. But found out that because of the frozen conditions over time, the virus had lost its infectivity. You may question, why would somebody dig up a virus that killed over 100 million people and brought an end to World War I? Well, you would have to ask Dr. Lieber that. But he did that, and then when the infectivity was not what he wanted, then he paired it with 4 genes from HIV and perhaps some other things. And now you have a highly contagious coronavirus that is infecting human beings. And not only from animal to human transmission, but now verified cases human to human transmission through the air. So you could say that this coronavirus 2020 is the descendant of the MERS virus, the Middle Eastern respiratory virus that killed many people in the Middle East, and the SARS virus that I think that goes back to 2003, 2004, that killed many, many people. Now, the SARS virus was the first indication to the Chinese people that someone was out to get them. The SARS virus was genetically engineered to infect Asian people, preferably. And the Chinese realized this, and so since that time they have actually been on the defensive. Now the question is whether this latest virus is also a bioweapon engineered to destroy people of Asian descent. And it seems to have another feature. It seems to preferentially infect men as opposed to women. Seems to be much more lethal in men than women. And even though it's considered to be a respiratory virus that causes a respiratory illness, the other interesting factor is that it seems to have a predilection for male testicles. And even in those that recover, the question is, will they be sterilized as after this COVID infection, even if they survive? Bill Gates, along with Dr. Lieber and Johns Hopkins University in October of 2019, conducted a simulation, computer simulation of a coronavirus outbreak, and they determined through computer simulations that such an outbreak would lead to the death of 65 million people. Now the current experience in China with a 2.3% mortality rate shows that globally we could expect at least 165 million deaths from this virus. So what is it all for? I think it's for the purpose of slowing down the growth of China as a dominant economic, political, and economic power in the world. That is, of course, if it really is a bioweapon. If it's not really a bioweapon, it certainly has taken the U.S.-China trade war to another level. Trade war has become biological warfare.
Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the original Asiatic black man is a god. And he said that all of us together, all the black people together, make up Allah. So then you ask the question, what does the word God mean? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the word God means the possessor of power and force. Now then you look at, why do they call Master Farad Master Farad? Because he has mastered, he has possession and mastery over power and force. Mastery. So vibrations is the beginning. So you could use vibrations to heal or kill. This is the track that we're on. This is part 2 of Medisonic. Stay tuned for part 3 as we get deeper into it.